So first, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out. It's been quite a while, with this whole COVID-19 stuff. It's been quite a while since we've actually had a true company outing. It's always nice to get everybody outside the work environment to kind of hang out, network, and that kind of thing. So thank you guys for coming out. So Sophie and Rachel were pushing me. They're like, "Come on, you gotta do a speech. You gotta get up in front of everybody." And I'm like, "No. I don't want to get up and do no speech. I don't want to have to prepare a speech. It just adds a level of stress to the event for me. I wanted to kind of just come, relax, hang out, network. I didn't want to have to plan a big presentation and this and that. So what I did is I elected to just do a video. All right, so hope you guys like this instead. So, it seems like these days I'm juggling a million different things. All right, I'm being pulled in this direction, meeting here, conference call here. And without you guys and without a good team, I wouldn't be able to pursue any of it. Everybody does a great job at playing their role and doing what they need to do. I may not be able to spend as much time and hang out and be around as much as I used to. But I need everybody to know that, for what they do, they are appreciated. So regardless of whether I say it or not, or spend some time with you or not, you are very much appreciated. And that's ultimately what this dinner is all for. Just an appreciation / networking type dinner, to kind of hang out, meet some of the folks that are in the real estate world, and meet some of the insurance, for the real estate, to meet the insurance group, and just to kind of network so everybody can kind of see the overall scope of the actual organization that we have. Even though, everybody's doing their own thing, I want everybody to still have that, that family, type feel to it. So it was 2015, March of 2015, when Star Nsurance first started. Now back then it was a one-man show. Well, actually, I don't want to say one-man show. Rachel helped out tremendously. So without her, it wouldn't have flowed as smoothly. But yeah, I was writing roughly, I would say probably 1 to 3 policies a day, totaling 40 to 50 a month, something like that. And 1 to 3 policies for me, I realized real quick that wasn't gonna cut it for me. I wanted to spend a little bit of money a little bit. I wanted to buy some toys. I wanted to, get a house. I wanted to travel and these types of things. And I was like, listen, 1 to 3 policies isn't going to get it done. So, I started to research the marketing strategies for auto insurance and an insurance agency, and it was much different than what I was accustomed to with Liberty Tax. Liberty Tax, on the other hand, was more of a guerrilla marketing strategy, a person-to-person. Go out and talk to people, get them to come into your tax office type approach. With the insurance and insurance agencies, you had to have an internet presence. And I learned that very quickly, that I needed a strong internet presence. So I think one of the first things I did was set up websites and kind of establish my local presence. So when people were searching on their phones, Google, these types of things, we came up. Shortly after that, I think my first, when I first realized that, things were moving forward was, I think I had a day I did 30 health policies. Like, there was a day I did 30 health policies, literally. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, no snack, no nothing. It was just right. And it kept happening. I was like, wow, this internet stuff is working, So that same momentum that, when I was writing all those health policies, 30 in a day, 25, 24, that same momentum carried over into the auto insurance. And I think the most I wrote in one day with auto insurance, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Rachel will co-sign on this, the most I wrote was 17 policies in one day. And if I'm not mistaken, I still think that's still the record. For those of you that's writing auto insurance right now, I think that's still the record, right? I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there was anybody that's done 17 policies in one day. I think the most, maybe Brandy or, you know, Don or Renee or somebody's done might have been 14. I don't know about the 17. So now we're at a point where we need help, right? It's, you know, we're writing so much business that we can't handle it, you know. Rachel and I can only do so much. And, you know, I have a saying, you know, I mean, some of you guys have heard me say it before, but, you know, I always say that you can't go to war without an army. So I'm like, man, I need to figure out how I can build my army. I mean, we got the system, right? We got the marketing down, we got the licenses, we got everything we need. The only thing is we just don't have enough folks to help with the volume. So, you know, first it was just me and Rachel. Then it started with, I think I gave a call to Reggie. Reggie was next. Reggie was actually doing taxes at the time. And, you know, I said, Reggie, I said, listen, I really need your help once you get done with the tax season. I really need your help over here because, you know, we need somebody to help manage some of the back office stuff, right? And then shortly after that, we added, I made a call to Renee and I made a call to Dom. And I don't know what I said, but I was able to put the words together to get them, to convince them to come over and start working. And, you know, they seen our vision, so they came over and they actually worked for little to no money, to be honest with you. Some of you guys that are here now would laugh at the numbers that they were getting paid when they first started. So they definitely put their work in. But yeah, no, I was able to convince them to come. I remember the call that I made to Renee. I called Renee, I said, listen, I said, I know it sounds crazy, but I think I got a gold mine. It was the exact words that I said to her. And I had known Dom and Renee already from, you know, just being in the gym and working out and, you know, basketball and this type of thing. So I kind of already knew who they were. I didn't work with them before, but I kind of had an idea. And, you know, I tell Rachel all the time, you can tell a lot about a person by how they are when they play basketball. Like, it's unreal. You can tell if a person's a ball hog. If a person's a ball hog on the court, they're probably selfish in real life. If a person likes to pass, they're probably somebody who, you know, likes to share. You know, if somebody plays really hard defense, there's somebody that translates into the real life as a hard worker. So, you know, basketball told me a lot about them, and I think I made two real good choices when bringing them on board. Next, who was next? So I think the original core was me, Rachel, Reggie, Dom, and Renee. Shortly after that, we moved to the location we're at now, which is on North Florida, and we brought Marie on. Now, Marie was super helpful. She came in and she was helping with the cancellations because we were writing so much business, and then we were getting killed on the back end because we were losing it because people weren't making their payments. So Marie did a great job at managing that and texting and calling and harassing people essentially to get them to make their payments. Shortly after that, she convinced me to hire her daughter. Brandy turned out to be a great hire, whereas she's been, if not the top, one of the top writers that we've had throughout the agency. So she's always at the top of the leaderboard. So that was a great hire there. Thank you, Brandy, for what you do there. Then I think next was Karina. Karina's actually the youngest, and she is the only Spanish speaker we have. You know, and I always joke with Reggie. I say anytime she slacks off, we just threaten to hire another Spanish speaker. She's very territorial. She hates when we do that, right? She likes to be the only Spanish speaker in the office. So yeah, Karina's been great. Next was, I believe it was Sophie. Sophie came next. Sophie had actually worked with us for a short period of time and then left and then jumped back on. But Sophie is pretty much a jack of all trades. I mean, Sophie has her, Sophie can do your taxes, right? She can do your taxes. That's one. Two, she has a 220 license. She has her 440. She has her 215. She's played every single role and done a great job with it. And then now I kind of have her in the HR type, secretarial type role, which I really like her. I think that's her best role there. She's good with sending emails, responding, and collecting documents, and just staying on top of people and making sure stuff gets done. So that's the role that we have her in now, and I think that's the best role for her. So thank you, Sophie, for that. Stan the man. Stan is the final addition to the team. Stan actually was one of Reggie's guys from way back when. I think he's known Reggie since they were in high school from Boston. So Stan was the final addition. So Stan's role, he kind of does a few different things. Initially, we brought him on to help with some of the Toro car rental stuff. So a side business that I have, for those of you that don't know, a side business that I have is we rent cars on Toro. And I was up to 17 cars at one point. I think Reggie has 20. I think Dom has 4 or 5. But me personally, I was up to 17. I think now I'm under 10 now. I'm kind of moved away from that, but I'm under 10. And Stan does a great job at managing, overseeing, and making sure people pick up, drop off, and cars getting serviced and these type of things. He does a great job in addition to what he does in the agency as far as writing business and answering the phone. So thank you for that as well. So in business, you reach a point where you're like, okay, I need to diversify. I have this one thing that I'm focused on and it's doing well, and it's time to diversify and have some of this money and have some of the profits work for you. So, you'll see I got a few other things, Toro, and, I'm involved in an operation up north, an investment up north, but I needed something a little bit more, and I realized that the commercial real estate space is kind of the direction I wanted to head into. So for those of you that don't know, we have, I started a foundation called the Johnson Foundation of Florida, and we have 3 buildings on 2 separate properties. So one is on Hillsborough Avenue, the other one's on Bush Boulevard, and I think if I'm not mistaken, we're at about 85 to 90 tenants total. The property's, 95% occupied, 90 to 100% occupied at all times. And I got to give most of that credit to Brian, and his crew, Olga and Pedro. They do a great job at managing and making sure that property is doing as well as it is. Brian actually has a background, he's a ex-military, and then he has a background in management. That's pretty much what he's done his whole life. So him stepping into this role was perfect. Pedro, he's a licensed electrician, but really he's a handyman. He knows a little bit about everything. Same with Brian, they know a little bit about everything. And then Olga, she does a great job. Olga's actually Pedro's mom. Olga does a great job at, the maintaining and cleaning and making the property presentable. So when you go on it, you see it, you can tell it's basically impeccable. I mean, it looks great. So there's no way I'd be able to manage that 90 tenants and without you guys. So thank you guys for everything that you do there with those properties. Next up is going to be the marketing team. So Amel and Christian are marketing experts. They focus more on the social media space, which is, where the marketing is right now. And I want to thank you guys for what you guys did last year with us with the health insurance. And I'm looking forward to many more years of that same type of production. But you guys have done a great job, man. And even with the Tampa, Florida pickup basketball stuff we were doing, I appreciate everything you guys are doing. But yeah, very impressive, man. I couldn't believe how many leads you guys were generating. So thank you guys for that. So up next we have Crystal. And I know you don't work in the office, but I definitely want to give you a shout out and say I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do. You take care of the baby and Miles and Peyton like they're your own kids. So much appreciated. Rachel, appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything you do. So for those of you that don't know, Renee and Chandy are doing a great job in the back office. Chandy pretty much Chandy and Renee are pretty much overseeing our entire health insurance book on the back end of it, making sure that policies aren't canceled there. And as we transition into health insurance being more of our primary source of income, primary source of revenue, Chandy and Renee have shown to, Chandy mostly, have shown to do a great job with that. So I'm excited to have her as part of the team. Although you guys haven't seen her, some of you guys haven't seen her, have met her, she's doing a great job, and I'm glad to have her. And finally, we have Leo and Andrew. And it's funny, I'll tell you a quick story about how me and Leo met. So we actually met at the coaches meeting for the skill center. So Leo, I think the age group was 7 and 8, I believe. Age group was 7 and 8, and Leo coached his son, I coached mine, and it was, we exchanged numbers or whatever during the meeting. Leo said I'm a real estate guy, and I told him I'm in the insurance and I got a couple properties or whatever, and that was kind of it. We kind of just, that was kind of it. We kind of just exchanged numbers. And then we ended up bumping heads in the semifinals, in the playoffs, in the basketball game, as coaches. And I'll let Leo tell you how that story ended. But yeah, anyway, Leo, extremely knowledgeable. Glad to have you on the team as far as the real estate guy. Any of you guys that are looking for houses, I know some of you guys are talking about buying a home soon in 2020 or whatever. Leo is your guy, very knowledgeable, knows a lot about the area. And then Leo's network is out of this world too. He pretty much knows somebody for anything. I mean, if you need somebody to come wash your windows, Leo knows somebody. If you need somebody to come do your pool, Leo knows somebody. No matter what it is, he knows somebody. That guy's network is out of this world. So, glad to have you on the team, Leo. Andrew, this is another one of Leo's guys, right? Andrew isn't just the regular mortgage guy. Andrew's the mortgage guy. So if you need to get something financed, he will get it done. It's not, I need this, I need this, I need this. He's gonna figure out how to make it happen, and he's gonna get it done. So Andrew and Leo together, they're a force to be reckoned with. And these two guys here, they're actually helping us purchase our new headquarters. So the headquarters is going to be in Tampa. It's going to be on the intersection of 301 and Fowler. So it's a little bit out, not right in the middle of the city like we are now. It's going to be a little bit on the outside, but it's a brand new building damn near. It's fully renovated, and I mean it's in great condition, and it's huge. So it's going to give us a lot of opportunity to grow. Right. So some of these things, we'll be able to expand our auto. We'll be able to expand our health. We'll be able to really have a headquarters for storage. We'll be able to have the headquarters for the Johnson Foundation of Florida for the real estate stuff. The Tampa Florida pickup basketball. We were talking about doing that there. So there'll be a plenty of space. There'll be a training facility. I mean, they got everything. I mean, there's even a gym in this headquarters. Man. To be honest, this place is nice. So, and Leo, if you don't mind, you mind reaching out to the seller and seeing if he can let us in, so I can do a walk around, so I can show everybody the building. It's a great building. It's 18,000 square feet, which is a huge step up from where we're coming from. But it's going to give a lot of us opportunities to have their own office and to really grow. So if you can set that up, that would be great. And then in closing, I know I've been rambling, man. In closing, like I said, thank you guys. Thank everybody. I want everybody to enjoy the meal. Don't get too drunk. I'm really looking forward to 2022, going into 23, 24, 25. I'm really looking forward to growing with you guys and watching everybody grow as I grow. And I want to thank everybody once again.